This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Nolan Smith. He's getting better and he is developing. Also, this Jalen Hurts slander gotta stop. Lastly, the Giants are still mad to this day that Saquon is an Eagle, but let's get straight into it. All right, man. So before we hop straight into it, let's talk about the injury report. Some guys were injured, and there was a surprising guy on the list, and that was Milton Williams. So it was Milton Williams, Dallas Goddard, obviously Jordan Mailata, and the guys that were limited was Oren Burks, Jalen Hunt, and Darius Slay. Sidney Brown was a full participant. Albert O also practiced, and Anaya Smith also practiced, full participant. And you might ask why Albert O is on there. So his 21-day window had open. Remember, we signed him to the IR. So that's giving me an idea that Dallas Goddard more than likely will be placed on IR, and I guess Albert O will take that spot, or Sidney Brown. There's going to be a roster spot open. I think Dallas Goddard go on IR, and I also believe Jordan Mailata. So we'll open up two roster spots. So again, prayers up for those guys. Hopefully they get healthy. But I think Jordan Mailata and Dallas Goddard is definitely going on IR. And you might ask, who's going to replace Jordan Mailata? So it looked like Fred Johnson. Yes, Fred Johnson will be on that left side holding it down. I know a lot of us, including me, until I looked into it, we wanted Mekhi Becton to go to that left side and had Tyler Steen hold down that right side. But to be fair, Fred Johnson was never the best at right tackle. His primary position is left tackle. And if you see the numbers, you see at left tackle, he took 471 snaps, allowed 12 pressures. At right guard, he took 197 snaps, and at right tackle, 149. So I get people concerns like, why him when he just struggled against the Saints? But that left side, he should be able to hold it down as much as he can because he's going to have a tough task. Let's be honest. Brian Burns probably would have been beating Jordan Mailata a couple times too. So Brian Burns going up against a backup, it's going to be a tough matchup for Fred Johnson. This is a huge test, and let's see if he can pass. Because if he could hold it down, yeah, the Eagles should beat the Giants easily, 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 easily. And I gotta salute AJ Brown, Toyota Player of the Week. We know his numbers were phenomenal. Over 100 plus yards, a touchdown, I think 6 or 7 receptions. He looked good, so shout out to AJ Brown. But let's get into the topics, man. Let's talk about Nolan Smith. Nolan Smith has been looking great. He's been phenomenal, and he's taking baby steps. Baby steps are getting better, but let's let Fran Duffy explain
I've
it.
always liked about Nolan Smith is that he just plays hard. You saw it at Georgia. You saw it last year as a rookie here in Philadelphia, and you're certainly seeing it now in year two. He gets a sack here on one of the first drives of the game against the Cleveland Browns. You see him here, the violent edge setting against a Pro Bowl right tackle in Jack Conklin. Look at the heavy hands here on contact from Nolan Smith against a good player there in Jack Conklin, and also the effort in chasing down the screen. These were three plays from the first 7 of the game against the Browns. And so he made his impact felt early, but then there was a great play he made later in the game as well, down in the red zone. Let's go to Vic Fangio's breakdown of that play.
Yeah, he played well. And then late in the game, had a really nice play when they ran a special play to our left. He sensed it, applied what we've taught him, by the formation, and had a great reaction and a great play, and his speed allowed him to make it.
All right, let's see what Fangio's talking about here, because clearly Nolan Smith has a feel that this is coming. You see him kind of cheat inside. He's going to defeat the pin down from the tight end, from Jeff Swaim. Now look how prepared he is to take on the pull from the right guard, Zach Zinter. He's got tight hands. He locks out, stacks, sheds, finds the football, and then he talk about the speed to track down Deshaun Watson in the flat and make the play. Great rep there from Nolan Smith. I thought he had a good day on Sunday.
You see what I mean? It's getting better. He got his first sack against the Browns. A lot of you guys will tell me it was just the Browns. And y'all know I've been a huge critic of Nolan Smith because I thought he just talked a lot. He talked like he was a superstar, but, he wasn't that good. It's like, bro, forget all the talking and bravado. Just go put in the work. Go show it on the field. He ain't really do nothing in the preseason. And then you just seen the regular season slowly and slowly and slowly, and he just taking baby steps. I like that he's confident. Don't get me wrong. If you're confident, you're confident, bro. You can't talk like you're a star now. Like he'd be like, nah, I ain't have a bad game, and nah, I was good. Like the coaches held me in because I'm good. Like he'd say stuff like that's like, bro, what are you talking about? Just admit it. Like you got to develop. Like I look trash. I need to work on these things. Like Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter's probably the best defensive lineman we got on the team. And there were points of the season he'll admit, like, man, I look bad. It's stuff I got to fix. And I just wanted Nolan Smith to take that in because I'm thinking he probably actually think he looked good and he don't. But it looked like he's developing. He even joked on himself on IG. He put on his story like, man, finally I got my first sack. So it's good to see Nolan Smith. He's coming along little by little by little. So shout out to Nolan Smith. All right, so let's talk about Saquon Barkley. Saquon Barkley article comes out. I think it was written with Tim McManus and somebody else. And they said that they still feel like the Eagles tamper with Saquon Barkley. Even at the investigation, they still feel like the Eagles tamper. And I don't think that's the case. Do I think there's times where the team is talking to the agent and the players probably got an idea on how much a team want to pay them? Sure. Because there was times we tried to pay DeAndre Swift. And DeAndre Swift was declining it, and immediately, soon as free agency opened, he signed with the Bears. We wasn't salty about it. We just like it is what it is. But the Giants just won't let this thing go. They won't let it go. But Saquon Barkley got the mindset or the right mindset of going into MetLife, and this is what he had to say.
I don't know. I'm still processing that, I guess. I'm gonna treat it the same week I always treat it. I'm always on the mindset every game is important, every game is special. You never know when's your last one going to be. But yeah, obviously there's some history there for sure. Especially going back there, it'll be interesting. So I don't have an exact answer. I probably have a better answer later on in the week.
Is it a fun challenge for you to kind of figure out how it's going to go this week and how it's going to be on game day?
No, I wouldn't say that. I'm more of like, I don't know. I think it's more of like the balance of how I want to attack it. Like, obviously, be locked in and focused, but don't want to make it more than what it's not. I've done that before, and I didn't like the outcome of that. So just it's gonna be a fun environment. It's football. I love being part of stuff like that. Especially being part of the history of these two teams going against each other, especially in this division. It's a big game, so I'm excited for that.
Do you have an expectation what the fans might do?
I mean, I guess I'd said I don't expect to get booed, and I was meaning more of like it's the game is this rivalry is so much bigger than what happened in the offseason between me and the Giants or Hard Knocks. Like, this has been going on for a very long time. So I've been on the other side, and I know how Giants fans feel. So I don't know what the environment is going to be like, but I'm excited. As a player, as a competitor, we kind of welcome those environments and those moments. So whoever it is, hopefully it gives me a little extra juice, and I can go out there and perform and help my team win.
I mean, he keeping it positive. He just want to get that W, and everybody mind should be on that. It's getting a W. He know all the questions about the Giants are going to come out. Go there, get the win, and get to the next game, and try to get healthy because Mekhi Becton kept it real about MetLife. He's like, man, that stadium is a piece of shit. Well, he ain't say that, but he did say something in the matter of that. And I agree with him. MetLife is a piece of shit. And, we lost Sidney Brown there. And it looked like obviously Sidney Brown is right. He's going to play this game. Sucks in a bad way because that's the place he got hurt because of that shitty field. So I'm with Mekhi Becton, but in all seriousness, Saquon Barkley, I like his mindset ahead into this game against the Giants. Like he seemed level-headed, very level-headed. But let's get into the last topic, Jalen Hurts. Jalen Hurts, it was the thing about the turnovers. That's all we kept talking about. Oh, Jalen Hurts need to fix this and fix that with the turnovers. And which I was on that side too. Like, yes, he definitely need to fix that. Now he went to the Browns game, got no turnovers. Now we back to, hey man, why you not utilizing the middle of the field? Now it's that conversation again. After he just had a clean game, now it's about the middle of the field again. And we're like, obviously that's coaching, but now people's like, maybe it's Jalen Hurts that don't like using the middle of the field. And Jalen Hurts was actually asked about it, and this is what he had to say.
Jalen, the numbers of you throwing over the middle are kind of low relative to the rest of the league, and that has been a bit of a trend. It brings up the question whether you just don't like throwing over the middle. Can you address that, like what the answer is as to why those numbers are typically down?
To what?
Throwing over the middle of the field.
Yeah, what about it?
The reason why you think like that is the case.
It was just not throwing it over the middle. Just kind of how it's gone. It's not like I like throwing anywhere. Specifically, it just hasn't panned out that way.
So, MetLife has been kind of
Answer your question?
I think so. I mean, so it's not a preference thing.
It's not.
Sound like a guy that wasn't really even thinking about it. It's just like, well, the guy's open to the left and the guy's open to the right. Just use that. Like they making it seem like Jalen Hurts draw up these plays. But people like maybe feel comfortable with it, and that's why they draw up plays to the left and to the right. But a tweet went viral saying like, y'all just coming up with fake conspiracy theories. It was like plays from 2021, 2022, and some in 2023 of him utilizing the middle of the field. And then it comes to like, well, this is Jalen Hurts' offense. And it's this article that's going crazy on Twitter by Brandon Lee Gowton. Shout out to Brandon Lee Gowton. He always do it. He always circle back around hating Jalen Hurts. One moment he love him, one moment he hate him. I don't think this is Jalen Hurts' offense because it haven't even been a year yet. It was an article that floated around saying Jalen Hurts was going up to Nick Sirianni like, yo, we need more shorter plays or more quick passes or whatever. And I just don't simply believe that is true. I think Jalen Hurts want more quick passes. He probably want more plays over the middle. But he just working with what he can work with. And all these Nick Sirianni lovers got to just admit Nick Sirianni is not good at calling plays over the middle and calling quick passes. Don't try to blame it on the quarterback. It's all coaching, and they need to change. And 100% should be Kellen Moore, but I don't know. The only thing I believe, I don't think Jalen Hurts like being under center, and I actually believe the coaching staff don't like having him under center because he's a threat with his legs. So he's always going to be a threat with his legs, but I want us to utilize the play action a little more because you could do that out the pistol and then out the shotgun. You can still run the RPO. So there's certain things you could do like from the pistol and shotgun. I'm not really like, okay, he needs to be under center. I'm not really a big under center for Jalen Hurts type guy. He could do it from time to time, but not all the time. But this thing where this middle of the field thing is a problem now after he started the game 0 for 5, then went 16 for 20 and won the game. Come on, man. We just coming up with excuses at this point. Stop it. Stop it. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? How do you feel about all the news I talked about? And this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm up.